Alright, so I don't know if you can have multiple channels with the same username, but guess what I did? If you can't have multiple channels with the same username, well, I stole your username, Mumkey, when you tried to create a new account. Um, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, so here's where you can find your old. Here's where you can find me. Um, if Mumkey does join, I want proof that it's him. I was supposed to address that directly to you, not to like somebody else that knows you. But yeah, if you do join Mumkey, I need proof that you're you. So once I do get proof that you're you, then I don't know. I really don't know. So yeah, join this Discord link, Mumkey, if you want. If you want your username back. So yeah, bye.
Welcome back. You're listening to the calming sounds of the Tidepool Orchestra. Side B.
Welcome back.
Ah!
Fucking
That wasn't timed as well.
damn it. That's fine. Okay, so we just wanted to cover up a couple more Mumkey Jones things, and then we'll segue into something else.
I mean, I hope Mumkey Jones does okay. I mean, all with the entire news with the doctor stuff that you brought up with his blood pressure, and he might not live for another 10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
That sucks, and I doubt Mumkey Jones is ever going to be listening to this, but I hope you do better, like, your health gets better.
I mean,
And I hope you get less fucked over.
the doctor that he went to said he apparently has the blood pressure of a 60-year-old man who smokes every day and doesn't exercise at all. Which, I mean,
Oh,
crazy.
same though, probably. So that's
But you're not 23.
That's true. I'm like 4 years older than this guy.
Yeah, your life's already over with. It's
Yeah,
fine.
basically. I mean, once you hit 25, it's all downhill.
Oh god, Brian's gonna end it all.
Anyway,
But I'm also 25, so.
did you guys know suicide rates just skyrocket around the holidays?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you guys' holiday plans?
Suicide?
Yeah. No.
Jordan, you took my plan.
God damn it. We can't all do the same thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll see you guys on the other side, Space Cowboys.
Ooh. Want to hear a story?
Yeah.
Okay, so my dad and
No?
his fiance. Okay. No story.
End of story.
Well, Mike doesn't want to hear the story, and Mike's in the podcast, so he has no story.
Mike, just mute yourself. I want to hear the story. Fuck
Okay.
you, Mike.
Okay. You guys are muted.
So my dad and his fiance live in California, and basically what happened was one day I get a text message from my grandmother, and she's like, "Hey Brian, what's your address?" I'm like, "Oh, well, you see, that is a series of numbers and letters that indicate where I live." She's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then I gave her my address, and I just, I like to troll, my family members. This is like a family thing that we just kind of like mess with each other all the time. My grandfather, for example, he told me some wise words that I will always keep in my heart. He said, "Brian, everyone in their heart knows how to Beyblade." I take
Did you
those.
really say that?
He really did. And I take those words very seriously. quite frankly. I'm offended that you laughed. But anyway,
I
so
want that on a t-shirt.
everybody in their heart knows how to Beyblade, Brian. So I took a screenshot and sent it to my dad, and he's like, "Wait, that's your address?" I'm like, yeah, why?" And he's like, "Oh no, oh no." So apparently what happened was my dad actually sent out a package meant for his fiance, but accidentally sent it to my address, but not my current address. No, no, no. That would be too simple for me to just like pick up the package and then do a return to sender so that he could get it. Instead, what he did was he sent it to one of my previous addresses. So for the last week and a half, basically, I've been running around trying to figure out where this package was. On Friday, he got a delivery notification on his phone, so he sent me some messages, and I actually went to my previous apartment complex because he said, "By the way, it's been delivered. Could you go check?" So I go to the previous apartment that I lived in because I didn't get the package here. So I
Mhm.
actually, I go to their front desk where they keep all of their packages and everything. But there's only one employee there, so I have to wait in line. After about 10, 15 minutes of waiting, one of the other employees shows up and he's just like a maintenance crew member. But he goes over and I see he's holding the key, so I follow him and we actually go to the package room and I look and there's no package. I'm like, that's weird, but it said delivered. They're like, well, it might have been delivered to their front porch, so I guess maybe check there. So I do, and I go over and that's at like the second flight of stairs. So I climb the stairs, I look, nothing on the porch, no cars in the parking lot. Okay, whatever. I don't know what to tell you, Dad. But then he sends me a text message today at like 9 a.m. and it shows him trying to communicate with Amazon.com directly and saying, "Hey, I don't know what happened to the package." And Amazon is responding, "Well, no, it's been delivered to this address." And he sent me a screenshot of that, and that's not even the apartment complex I was at. Instead, it's basically my mom's house in Oregon. So then I went there, nobody's home, so I went back at like 5 p.m. I finally get there. I ring the doorbell, and this really, really stressed out, anorexic looking middle aged woman is standing there, and she's like, What is it?" I'm like, "Hi, this might sound weird, but my name is, Brian Atkins." She's like, "Oh, you're here for the package your dad sent." I'm like, "What?" I mean, I am, but what?
How'd you know?
She's like, "Yeah, I already hit return to sender on that on Monday. Let me see if I can get the tracking number for you." Like,
Oh my god.
okay. So basically, I went on like a 2 week fucking quest, and the solution to the quest was do nothing. Which I find is often the solution to a lot of my problems in life, is just if you sit back and ignore it, the problem goes away. It literally solved itself. I didn't have to do anything, but I did do a bunch of stuff, and it feels so
Did you
empty and unfulfilling.
did you talk about, I don't know. Did you talk anymore to that woman? That anorexic woman? She sounds like a character.
No,
No.
no. She I think is a psychic. She knew that it was sent by my dad and knew to send it.
Maybe your dad was fucking with you and he knows that woman.
I don't even know that.
Yeah, but your dad can know people that you don't know.
That's impossible.
But anyway, your family sounds kind of stupid.
Yeah, kind of. My dad's doing this thing where he and his fiance keep ordering stuff for people and then opening it out of the box and then wrapping it up and then putting it back in the box for no explicable reason. Like, I sent down a package for my brother for Christmas, but accidentally sent for his address, and he's like, "Oh, okay, is it this book?" And I'm like, "Why did you open the package? It said Zachary on it." He's like, "Yeah, I already opened it and then wrapped it for him." Why?
I don't know, but that's illegal and your brother should sue.
I think you should.
Yeah, cool.
Did you guys do any Christmas stuff?
Mike? Mike's gone.
Mike's
He
still
muted us, so he doesn't know when to come back. Oh no. I don't think he understands how recording works.
I mean...
What,
Mike.
moment of silence?
Yeah.
Hey, did he actually have us muted?
Say what?
Did he actually have us muted? Mike's just been taking a nap.
Mike did say at the beginning of recording that he was pretty tired.
Oh yeah.
I told you I didn't want to hear the story about how Brian had to go on a scavenger because his dad packaged wrong fucking house. Well, it was actually like not even an actual place. It was just some psychic's house, but she had already sent it back.
Neat. Mike, what do you do for Christmas?
I'm Jewish.
What do you do for Kwanzaa?
Hanukkah.
Gesundheit.
No, I'm not actually Jewish. I don't really know. Like the past few years, it's just been pretty simple. Like we'll go to. I've lived with my parents for the past couple of years, so we've just done a little bit of the house and then done whatever.
At my mom's house, we did our traditional Christmas pizza.
What's that?
It's a tradition that we started yesterday, where we have pizza around Christmas time.
Nice. Usually people do Chinese food.
Well, those aren't people, though.
Okay.
Wow. Anyway, moving on. That was a dumb
Hey,
joke.
remember when before the podcast started, I said I was Jewish, and you said I was gonna miss my train?
Hey, look, there's like this weird power gap right now. With Mumkey Jones gone, somebody's got to bring the slightly edgy humor back to YouTube. And quite frankly,
there's nothing slightly edgy about this. It's just blatant not coolness.
Yeah, anti-Semitism.
You're right, and I apologize. I'm very sorry that you feel that way.
Brian also celebrates
Brian
Hanukkah.
is not actually apologizing.
I have a menorah, and it has candle wax on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the extent of your...
I mean, I also keep kosher, but that's about it.
Yeah. Remember...
Okay, for the reference, so no one's offended, I actually did find out recently that genetically I am Jewish, but religiously I'm not. So that wasn't just me, like, making a bit.
Nobody thinks that you're claiming to things that you're not.
Well, the audience might.
The audience.
That's what I'm saying.
Our audience, you're all fools. Fools, I tell you. Anybody who listens to the Tidepool Orchestra.
The only people who like us.
I'm doing a bit. It's a dumb bit. Anyway. Jordan, holidays.
Me?
Yeah, you recently moved into with your boyfriend, which means that you have a very good opening right now to set up any and all Christmas traditions.
Oh, I think our Christmas tradition is just going to be crying.
Great.
No, but actually, his mother wants a photo of us as a Christmas gift, and so we sat in front of the tree that we set up and tried to take a bunch of photos, and it was actually really sweet. He was very patient with me because I kept being like, nah, I'm too ugly in this. And the photo that we settled for, I still feel pretty ugly, but...
Ooh, can I guess? Can I guess what the picture is?
Yeah.
It's you two lying down, and he's holding the camera like a selfie. This is a dumb joke. I'm sorry.
No, I thought you were going to be like, oh, it's something ugly? Oh, is it you? And I'd be like, yes, Brian.
I think he should take a picture of him putting you in the tree and walking away.
Just pick up a small Jordan, place her in a tree, walk away.
No.
A Christmas tree.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Tree. Anyway, it was just a basic fucking photo of us both smiling, and Devlin, my boyfriend, did a little Photoshop on it to make us both look prettier. And then I went to Walgreens this morning to pick it up, And so I printed an 8x10 for his mom and a 5x7 for us. So I think that's going to be our
Photoshop
Christmas.
to make pictures prettier.
Yeah.
Can I send him all of my pictures?
He's not
No.
magic.
Yeah. I think you should
Wow,
just
guys.
get plastic surgery and save us the trouble.
Oh, that's another weird thing. So basically, my family celebrated Christmas yesterday, so I just unwrapped a bunch of like presents, and so did they. And my mom really appreciated the pizza socks I got her. But then, like, she gave me a card with a picture of my little brother in it. And, like, that's weird. I thought it was weird, and so did my little brother. But she's like, no, it would be nice. You can like put it on the fridge or something.
I mean,
If I put it on the fridge, where am I gonna put my pictures of dinosaurs that I draw?
oh my god, you're fucking right. But no,
Next to
that
the
is
pictures
actually
of
like a
giraffes you
normal.
draw?
I can only draw sexy giraffes, and quite frankly, when I'm hungry for like some food, you know, as one is, and I go to the fridge, I don't want to be tempted by any sexy giraffes.
That's your own fault.
Yeah, you should just put the picture on your fridge and then give it a dinosaur body.
My God, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think giving family photos to each other is like, if they're like a younger sibling or whatever, I think that's normal for most, or like a lot of conventional families. Just not maybe for yours.
Tyrannosaurus Nix.
Nice.
I don't know. Our family has this weird thing where we just like fucking hate each other, and sometimes we start fist fights. And
Wait, really?
no, God,
Has
no.
Christmas ended with a fist fight? Is that your Christmas tradition?
Not for a long time. Once.
Do you have is it an appropriate story that you feel like sharing?
No, it's me lying to you right now.
God damn it! You should have just continued with the lie then.
This one time, I was like 6 years old. My little brother was 4 years old, and there was only one Christmas present under the tree, and my dad said, "You two have to fight for it."
To the death. That brother no longer exists. I got the present. It was a book.
I'll miss you, Jeremy. I don't think it was worth it.
It was like chicken soup for the soul.
No, it was fucked up. The book was about coping with your loss. It's like you orchestrated this entire event. You Tidepool orchestrated this event.
I see what you did there.
Good.
Can we talk about chicken soup for the soul? Actually,
we can. I also, true fact, my uncle Darren, on my dad's side, my uncle Darren Atkins actually wrote some of those.
Really? Which ones? Do you know?
I will look that up while you tell me a story.
Oh, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to generally bring it up because for some reason, I was listening to my brother and me. I was looking or watching some of the animatics. Yeah, that word. And they were talking about chicken soup for the soul, and that just brought me back to elementary school where, you know, they were all in the library. And I read the chicken soup for the girl's soul specifically, and I haven't read any of the others. They actually were kind of like good, at least for, I don't know, 10-year-old me. And so I looked at the website to see how many books there were. There are 250 chicken soup for the soul books. And they also have dog food, which my brother and me podcast starring Travis, Justin, and the other one, Griffin McElroy. Yeah, he's the best one. Just kidding. But they talked about how
he's the best one. I couldn't remember his name.
I love all of them. My brother and me is such a good podcast. But they were talking about how they have fucking dog food, and that made me just so curious about the entire thing. And then they have chicken soup for the prisoner's soul. I want to know what the fuck they wrote about that. I want to read all of the chicken soup for the soul books. All of them. Maybe
There's
not the religious
too many.
ones. There better be a Christmas one. I bet there's a Christmas one.
Christmas soup for the Christmas soul.
No, it's fruitcake for the Christmas soul. They gotta
That's
totally
a different
rebrand.
series.
Yeah. Did you ever read Chicken Soup for the Soul, Mike?
Negative.
No?
The only ones that my library had were like the very female-oriented ones, and I'm like, that's not my soul.
I don't know, you're pretty soft and precious.
I
You
mean, thank
probably
you,
could.
but at the time I was like, grr, I'm masculine, blah, 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 blah. I hadn't yet come to terms with my femininity.
Yeah, I mean, it was a different time. Brian, have you searched up any of that stuff?
I'm trying to find it.
In the meantime,
He wrote this book, but cooked chickens falling from the sky.
that's not Chicken Soup for the Soul.
I'm sorry, it had chicken in the title.
It's
and I
whatever
got
Brian
confused.
wants it to be.
Someone's gonna make a wiki page for Tidepool Orchestra, and it's just gonna have weird facts. And then Brian's section is just gonna be like, his uncle Darren wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul. He doesn't know which one, and then it's gonna correct.
It's because I misspelled his name.
Mike is Jewish, but also not Jewish.
Yeah. Jordan has cancer, and also not.
It's Cooked Chickens Falling from the Sky by Darren Atkins with illustrations by Michael Durr. It came out in 2002.
Neat.
That's
so
me.
Everyone fucking read it.
The illustrations were interesting because, like, the illustrator didn't speak English, so he had to. My uncle had to write in the book, in the actual text, to explain, like, and he wrote "Do not disturb," but he wrote it in Swedish, which is the correct way, and then everybody automatically knew.
Huh.
But I don't speak Swedish.
But I can if you like. Oh. That was a vague Lady Gaga reference right there. Yay!
Oh, has Lady Gaga done anything besides the movie lately? Is she coming up with a new album or something to bop to? No.
She had that Joanne album. What
that was before the movie.
Before the movie? What movie?
I don't follow Miss Gaga, so I couldn't tell you.
Wasn't Joanne just released earlier this year or like last year?
No, it was last year, I think. Did it? Okay, what was your opinion on that album? Both of you. Either of you. I don't know if Mike listens to Lady Gaga, but
I'm more into $$ Ha, honestly, and her newest album was very depressing, but that's to be expected considering. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I like $$ Shaw. She's pretty good. And I definitely like her newer stuff versus her older stuff, where it's like
$Ha.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
The party don't start until she walks in. But what if she leaves for a moment and then returns? Then the party is at a weird, like, quantum state of both having already started and about to start.
Reboot.
No, the party don't start until she walks in. It doesn't reboot. It starts over. But
what if she walks backwards?
Yeah, you know, if you walk backwards out of any store while holding something, then when they check the security tape, it just looks like you brought that thing in. That's how science works.
Oh, nice.
What if she doesn't walk in? What if she runs and or crawls?
She does one of those like things from The Grudge where she's on all fours and she's like backwards.
It's literally the only way she can go somewhere without without starting a party.
The party starts screaming and running away.
People are just
I just came in for groceries. Why is everyone dancing? Good God.
Just like 40 people in a house and they're all holding red Solo cups and music is playing, but it's not technically a party until she grudge crawls in with her hair swept over her face, soaking wet.
That sounds like something $$ Ha would do.
Yeah.
It's artsy now. It shows that the old her is dead. It's
The
like
old
Taylor
Bruce dead.
Swift. Yeah.
Oh no.
Look what you made her do.
Look what you made Kadollar Ha do. Why don't you just stand there holding your red solo cup and really think about what you did? We're all going to stand over here slightly away from you with our red solo cups.
And also looking at $Ha very concerningly, and we're gonna call 911.
Very concertingly, as she stands up very disconcertingly. I don't understand why her frame rate is messed up. She's here live. Anyway. It's wild.
It's wild, fam.
Man.
Oh, I have a story that might be a little morbid.
Okay.
And it has to do with $Ha.
Ooh, and then I have a really fucked up story after that that's not related at all, but it's like a work story. So go ahead with the $Ha.
Like segues.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in high school, I did some volunteering, and most of the volunteering I did was for running events. So it would be like, oh, the color run or whatever. And there was, I think it was the rock and roll run is what it was called. So then I was volunteering at. Oh, thank you. I was in like Key Club or whatever, but I didn't actually go, and so I didn't get any of the credit. But I'm still in college, bitches.
Were there any redneck people at the event saying these colors?
Running for color.
Yeah, it's good that you run for color. Were there any redneck people there at the event saying these colors don't run and wearing an American flag t-shirt?
Well, I was thinking something more along the lines of...
This was the rock and roll run that I'm talking about, guys. The color run was fun, but it was different. Anyway, so the rock and roll run, I was standing giving water and waiting. The race was about to start, and they start playing Kesha's Blow, and it was right after the Boston Massacre.
Oh no!
Oh,
no!
Yeah, so a lot of people looked very angry, or at least concerned. And I was with my best friend at the time, and we just kind of stood there awkwardly, not knowing what to do. And we were talking about how it's like, hey, should they have thought about this like a little better? I don't know, man.
Wow, that's weirdly relevant to the Mumkey Jones stuff.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Anyway, what's your story?
Oh, it's messed up. I'm having some second thoughts. Do you guys think I should really tell it? Because it's a real downer.
Well,
I don't know what it is about, so...
Yeah, maybe...
Alright, here goes. So I'm at work, and this customer comes in, and he's very just distraught and sad, and he's like buying like a beer and a pack of cigarettes or whatever, because I work at a convenience store, basically, like in Clerks. I'm like, hey man, how's it going? And he's like, not great. And then kind of left it at that, which is like such kind of a dick move, because like now I feel compelled to, because I still have to like ask for his ID. I'm like, all right, can I see your ID? Why is your day bad? And he's like, oh man, my dog had a seizure.
Oh,
like,
no.
What? Oh, it gets so much worse.
Oh no!
Yeah, I had a pit bull and it had a seizure, and I'm like, oh no. He said,
Jesus.
He's like, yeah, and it got scared because of the seizure, and it tried to run away. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
He's like, yeah, but the leash got caught, and it tried to jump the fence, but then the dog hung himself today.
Oh my god, dude.
That's awful. I didn't know it was gonna involve a dog.
I'm like, oh, fuck. So your total is 627. You need to put your PIN number.
Yeah, I always hate that.
Like retail, right?
Nope. In that case, I would have just paid for it. I would have paid for them.
I mean...
Okay, Mike. Superior human over here.
Fucking we get it, Mike. You're rich. That's great. Not all of us can afford...
No, I'm not rich. I just got a good job, okay?
Okay.
Congratulations. You want a cookie?
I would love a cookie. I can't afford one.
You know, one of the things that I sometimes like stay up at night is I took a sociology class in like community college, which is whatever. But one of the things that we talked about is how, because in the sociology class, my professor was super cool, and I think the way that he teaches is very respectful towards everyone, and just very good. And he was like, we should drop the hierarchy in the class and just a little bit, so we can have more open communication, because college or school in general is just to make you better factory workers or whatever, or better to, serve the purpose that the government and like the state kind of wants you to, right? And for the most part, I'm like, well, not necessarily, because at least in college, they try and teach you to be more of a free thinker in terms of like, be more informed, make your own decisions, don't just go with what everyone else is doing because you're smarter than that, and that kind of thing, and self-reflection. But, there's sometimes where it's like, I'm just going to college because it'll make me more money, and because, and also when I'm working in retail, I feel like the manager, or some things that I do, even though I think is bullshit, I'm always like, okay, we got to do this because it's what's best for the company, what's going to make my manager happiest, that kind of thing. I just feel like such a fucking drone sometimes. Do you kind of feel that now, Mike, since you have a better big boy job?
Actually, no. To be honest, I feel like I play a big part in my company now that I've moved up. I like the jobs and responsibilities that I've been giving thus far are actually making an impact on the entire company, and like the weight of that hangs on me.
Right, but I'm talking about, do you feel more like a drone still? Because you can still feel like a drone even if you're higher up, because you're still serving for a better purpose.
Well, the thing about like before, I was just, when I worked in the bowling alley, I know like I was high up at that bowling alley, but it was one of like 380 different bowling centers that was owned by this corporation. But now that like I'm one in 15 people that does my job, and I don't feel like just a number anymore. Like, I feel like, before I felt like, if something happened to me, I could just easily be replaced. But now I feel like, oh, I'm actually important.
Well, yeah, and you feel a little more independent in terms of your actions.
We get it, Mike. You're important. Okay. That was mean. I'm sorry. You are important. I love you.
Yeah, but you're important for different reasons. To us, at least. Than in the big government hive mind. No.
Mike, I'm sorry. That was offensive of me. I bottom of my heart. Sorry for saying that.
So you apologize sincerely for that, but not for the Jewish comment.
Yeah, get back on your train.
I think this is a good point to stop the podcast and just like, all right, guys, that's all, folks.
We don't actually believe that it's just an edgy joke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Edgy joke. I'm sorry.
No, we here at the Tidepool Orchestra, we're not actually anti-Semitic or anything. We just really, really think that you should pick up small children.
We're very Semitic.
We've really just... The only thing that we believe in at the Tidepool Orchestra is that you should pick up small children, put them in a tree, and walk away.
Yep, all of the small children in the same tree.
That's a big ass tree.
This tree can't hold any more weight.
Well, you guys are over there where like the those very large trees are.
Yeah, like the pine trees. Do you have those there, Mike? Do you have trees?
We have pine trees. I was speaking of the other kinds of trees, like the redwoods and the sequoias.
They don't have Christmas trees in flyover states.
Jesus fucking Christ! I don't even live in that state anymore, Ryan.
Oh yeah, where do you live?
Not a flyover state.
Where do you live now, Mike? Is it landlocked? Is it a landlocked state? Do you fly over
not.
it?
No, it's not landlocked. I could drive an hour and be at the ocean.
Yeah, an hour. That means you could fly over it.
Yeah.
Is it in the middle of the ocean? Is it ocean locked? If it isn't,
Is it ocean locked? I live in Hawaii. It's an ocean locked flyover state. Ocean locked is such a good term. I'm so glad I didn't stop recording until right now. I quit. That's all, folks. Catch us out next time. All right, bye. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
I think Mike actually.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. All right. Click.
Thank you for listening to the calming sounds of the Tidepool Orchestra.
This has been another episode of the Tidepool Orchestra. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss the next episode, where you can also look forward to some fun bonus content. If you can't get enough of us, you can also follow us on Twitter at TidepoolO and like our Facebook page to keep up to date. For any questions, ideas, or business inquiries, feel free to email us at tidepoolorchestra@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening, and see you next time.